Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it happens to be your very first time here. My name is Troy, and in this series, I plan to show that anyone can create a growing source of completely passive income. Now, if this happens to be the very first time you're even hearing this series and you want to know what it's all about, I'm going to link episode 1 above my head so you can go back and watch that and get an understanding of what I'm trying to accomplish with this series. Now, in that first episode, I explain all things like why I picked the stocks I picked, how much and how often I'm going to be investing, and the overall goals of this portfolio. And once you're caught up there, feel free to watch the other episodes in order so you can see the natural progression of this portfolio, or you can just come back to this one to see where we're currently at. Now that all that's out of the way, if you're already caught up and you're here for your bi-weekly update, let's get to it. In today's video, I'm going to start with a quick refresher on where we left off at the end of last episode. Then I'm going to jump right into where the portfolio is currently sitting, how the most recent buys are impacting my cost basis, the all-time best and worst performers in this portfolio, my projected annualized returns based off of the current returns, any dividends received since the last update, and then to wrap the video up, I'm going to forecast my upcoming dividends. Now, since it's been 2 weeks since the last update, let me show you where we left off. And dive in right in here. This is where the portfolio sat at the end of last episode. Remember, we had a goal of $120 per holding, and as you guys could tell from the last thumbnail, I goofed. I accidentally double bought Dillard's and Plute Group, so you guys can see those are out of whack. I did fix that, more on that a little bit later. Our previous account balance was sitting at $1,567.02, and this portfolio was actually in the green by $120.55, or up 8.35%. So now let's go ahead and take a look at where this portfolio currently sits with this right here. And as a reminder, every other Friday, $60 is automatically added into this account, and $5 is automatically invested into each and every one of these stocks. All of this information is going to be as of the close of market on December 13th of 2024. This portfolio is now 48 weeks old, and we have a goal of $125 per holding. If you guys do notice, shout out to Logan Leverett 6938, Dresh 77, and Beer Review. They left comments down below that I actually ended up using to fix the mistake. All I did was suspend. I didn't actually have to cancel the automatic investment, which is really nice. I could just suspend it, like skip an investment. So that's what I did. I skipped an investment. I manually invested in 10 of the positions in here to get them even with Dillard's and Plute Group, which I accidentally double invested in, as I told you guys. So we are now fixed. So all the positions are close to that 125 market, which is where we should be at. And down here at the bottom, you guys can see that this has a new account balance of $1,590.86. So now let's go ahead and see how my most recent buys are impacting the cost basis of the positions in the account with this right here. So here is a fancy, simple little chart. You guys can see the cost basis split adjusted because I had some splits going back to episode 1, where it was last episode and where it is now in episode 25. So we increased the cost basis in 7 of our positions. We decreased the cost basis in 3 of the positions, and there was no investment in those 2 stocks that I goofed on. So those didn't have any change in cost basis. Our biggest increase in cost basis goes to AVGO, Broadcom, which went from $144.78 per share to $147.26 per share. More on that one in a little bit. Our biggest decrease in cost basis once again goes to, you know what, at this point, go Humana, you're killing it, man. You're every week you're there for me to lower that cost basis, so we appreciate it. They went from $333.40 per share to $330.29 per share. So like I just said, I want to show you guys which stock is my best and which stock is my worst performer in this portfolio all time with this right here. So last episode, CSL actually took the crown from Broadcom, and I personally think that Broadcom was offended by that because on Friday, the day I got this information, you guys can see right here, Broadcom, AVGO, was up 23.48% in a single day, which is why I don't, honestly, the only stock I can remember that's like a big stock like that had an increase like that was Nvidia right after I sold it. I didn't have that in this portfolio. I had it in my different portfolio, but I sold it and then it reported earnings and it went up like freaking 25% in a day. So there's, life is life kind of thing. But anyway, Broadcom is now up $65.75 or 52.65% in this brand new portfolio. Mind you, I started this a little bit after the first of the year. We're up over 52% this year on that one. That's kind of wild. But down here, Humana holding down the fort, right? They are down $21.24 or 17.01%. They're the anchor of the portfolio, which sometimes means a good thing. In this case, not so much. But what can you do? I'm just going to keep averaging down, and eventually it'll turn around, or it won't. We'll find out. So in total, we now have 8 positions in the green and 4 positions in the red. And if you look down here at the very bottom, this portfolio is in the green by $84.35 or 5.63%. And what I do is I grab those numbers and I put them in this chart that you're going to see right here to see how we're doing. So this chart's going to show you the ebbs and flows of this portfolio since I've had it, going all the way back to episode 1, where again, there's no data, but we're going to say episode 2 then, all the way down to episode 25, which is where we are now. So you guys can see episode 24, which I just told you guys about, which was $120.55 in the green or 8.35%. Well, here we are at episode 25. We are down to $84.35. I think the whole week was pretty rough, and Friday was honestly propped up from Broadcom's crazy performance. So the good news is, like I alluded to in a bunch of episodes in the past, we're now at the point where the portfolio can sustain a bad day or even a bad week, and we're still in the green, which you love to see. So we are at that 84.35 in the green, 5.63%, which would project out to 6.1% over the remainder of a 52-week year. So that's where we're currently sitting. Again, as my always famous transition, this is a dividend portfolio. So I want to show you the dividend or dividends received in this portfolio since the last episode with this right here. So sadly enough, we've only had one dividend payment come in since the last episode, and that was on December 13th from KNSL, where they paid us a whopping 4 cents. But looking at this chart, KNSL does a really, really good counting exercise. If you guys look, back in March, they paid me 1 cent. Then in June, they paid me 2 cents. And then in September, they paid me 3 cents. And now, here we are. December, plot twist, 4 cents come from KNSL. In total, they've now paid us 10 cents or 1.54% of the total dividends paid in this portfolio. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that number, we're going to add it to our December totals and see where we're currently sitting in December, where we're currently sitting for quarter 4, where we're currently sitting for the year with this right here. So looking at this down here, quarter 4, December, that now puts us, the KNSL dividend now puts us at 32 cents for the month of December, which puts us at $2.61 for the quarter 4, which is a new quarter record. I think we had the quarter record last episode. I don't know if I said that or not, because the 4 cents obviously didn't put us there from $2.34 to $2.61, but I digress. So that now puts us at a total year in this portfolio of $6.51 for dividends in this account. Again, don't want to hear no ha-has or he-he's. This portfolio is small, just getting started. We're teaching everybody that anyone can invest. You can pick these companies, you can follow these companies, obviously do your own research, and we're getting paid frequently. We're making money off this portfolio, but we're getting started. Everybody that's ha-ha and a he-he, and if you don't have your own dividend portfolio, I don't want to hear words out of your face. So anyway, let's go ahead and find out what we're expecting for the rest of December, kind of the rest of the year, actually. So with this right here, looking at this one, you can see I took this picture on the 13th, which is when I got paid from KNSL. It looks like our next dividend is going to come from ODFL on the 18th of December. And then we have AVGO that's going to be paying us on the 29th. I don't know if that's right. I think the 29th is actually a Sunday, so I don't think they're paying on that. They'll probably end up paying like the 31st, I think I saw on another website. So I don't know why this isn't updated, but I didn't make it, so yell at someone else. But the 29th, aka probably the 31st, is when Broadcom will be paying, and there's a ex-dividend date on the 31st, and I will be getting interest from the cash in the account on the 31st as well. So we do have a little bit of stuff left for the rest of the year. So again, make sure you guys keep coming back to check on that progress. But that's going to wrap it up for this bi-weekly update to the Anyone Can Invest portfolio. If you guys are enjoying this series, please let me know that by leaving a like on the video. It's free to you, helps out the channel a lot. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave those in the comment section down below, as I personally read and respond to every one of them. And if you happen to be a brand new dividend investor and you stumbled upon this video, if you want to see what it looks like for my dividend portfolio that I've been building and growing for the last 5 years with the goal of using that to retire early, make sure you check that out right here. But until next time, see ya.